grain-free and I can do anything. I am grain-free and I can do anything. Hi, my name's Nina Blake. I teach about grain-free living and I am here to help you level up your grain-free lifestyle. Now, if you're going, Nina, that's not how the song goes. That's not how the song goes. You're probably singing this version. The one where you go, grains are here, grains are there, hidden grains are everywhere. My stomach hurts, my brain is broke, my menu just went up in smoke. Yeah, I know that song. I used to sing it all the time when I first went grain-free. It's kind of the narrative that like spirals through our grain-free lifestyle because the doctor tells us to go grain-free. And then what? Thank you for the sound check, Arlene. I really appreciate you. I am live from my kitchen in Oakdale, Connecticut. So as you are coming on and being notified that I am here, say hello and let me know where you are tuning in from. And if you are catching the replay, please use #replay so that I can reach out and thank you for checking out today's episode. Today's title is How Long Does It Take to Get Grains Out of Your Diet? I was told to go grain-free in 2012, okay? 1 hour, the doctor said, you have endometriosis, you need surgery, and by the way, it's grains and dairy that are causing your unexplained weight gain and probably your unexplained infertility. And I pulled my jaw up off the floor, and I was like, what am I supposed to eat? And he said, meat, vegetables, and potatoes. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. So, if you're wondering how to go grain-free, do not do what I did. Do not. I went home and I sat my pen and I made a plan and I made a list of all the grains I knew. Wheat, rice, oats, corn, maybe, I wasn't sure. And I'm like, I really don't know what other grains there are. That must be all of them. And so my plan was 2 weeks. I would eliminate wheat. Awesome. Did okay with that. It hurt a lot to get wheat out of my diet, but I did. Second 2 weeks, I got rice out, but I had no plan for what I was going to eat. So while I was trying to get wheat out of my diet, I'm trying to find substitutes for the wheat-based foods. So yes, I eliminated wheat in 2 weeks and I eliminated rice in 2 weeks, but I wasn't eating food that made me happy. And then I eliminated oats. Clearly it wasn't a big deal. I was only eating maybe oatmeal once a week, no big deal. And then I decided to test and see if corn was a grain. How bad could it be? So I went off corn for 2 weeks and I was like, I don't even know if corn's a grain. I think corn's a vegetable. So I decided to cook myself some corn pasta, which left me on the couch, clutching my knees to my chest, chanting, corn is a grain. I will never eat corn again. Corn is a grain. I will never eat corn again. So I thought that I would just make my little list and go on about my business. But that first 4-week stretch was all right. That first 3-month stretch was absolute agony. And it was agony because I did not know all the grains. I didn't know what amaranth was. I didn't know what sorghum was, or that semolina was just another variety of wheat, or that kamut was a grain, or that millet was a grain. Nobody taught me. And so that's why I do these live trainings. That's why I have my VIP program to help people expedite their journey. Because how long did it take me to get grains out of my diet? 1 year. And I fell flat on my face more times than I can care to count. Now, if you're like, oh my God, Nina, I don't want to do that. I don't want you to do that either. And I'm going to tell you that my grain-free lifestyle would have been a whole lot easier. My transition would have gone a whole lot easier if I had replacement recipes for my favorite foods ready to go. Now, I'm not saying salad dressing because, yes, of course, we know hidden grains, they hide in salad dressings, they hide in prepared food mixes, they hide in seasonings, and the list goes on. I'm saying I want real foods, I could live without salad dressing. I could use oil and vinegar. Okay, fine. But what about the real foods? What about brownies here? I made these last night for a friend of mine who is watching my dog because she got a little wild and mama needed a break. And, they make gluten-free mixes, but they don't really make grain-free mixes because hidden grains are kind of what the food industry and convenience foods are built on. So these are cosmic brownies. Nope, cosmic brownies. They're not frosted because she requested they not be frosted. So they're really more like a fudgy brownie. They have chocolate chips in them. And they're fudgy and they're fabulous. And it would have been a whole lot easier for me to stick with the grain-free lifestyle, for me to not have setbacks, for me not to be tempted to cheat the million times I was, the million times when I went to a birthday party and I didn't have a safe food. And so I just had a little bite and ended up with hives. So, how long does it take to go grain-free? I told you it took me a year. But with the resources that I've since created, we can get it down to about 3 months for you. And if you're like, what? That's 3 months where you learn your grains, your grain-based ingredients, you learn where they are, and you go about your business. And if you're interested in that, could you just put hidden grains below? And I will reach out to you and get you those resources. Now, why is that so important? Because as you heard me sing at the beginning, right? Grains are here, grains are there, hidden grains are everywhere. My stomach hurts, my brain is broke, my menu just went up in smoke. Those hidden grains, there's more than 150 of them. And so even if you are reading labels like a boss and you are looking for all the whole grains, the wheat, the corn, the rice, the rye, the spelt, the amaranth, the semolina, the acorn, the kamut, the amaranth, like the list goes on. If you've got all of those out of your menu, there's still 150 ingredients made from hidden grains. And so you might find them hiding in your seasoning. And if you're like, what? It's okay that you don't know this. I did not know this. Nobody told me. My doctor didn't tell me. If you are someone who likes ranch, this is my homemade ranch seasoning. I use it in dressings. I use it in marinades. It's amazing. Point being, put ranch below and I will get you the recipe for this ranch. Now, why do I make my own ranch? Because when you're at the store and you buy a package of ranch seasoning, it is loaded with hidden grains. Ingredients like maltodextrin, excuse me, modified food starch, for example. I'm okay. My throat got scratched by food. My throat got scratched by the brownie. So, while I'm getting caught up, excuse me. Right. So, if you are a ranch lover, thank you for staying with me through this. You've probably got hidden grains in your ranch seasoning, unless you're making it yourself. So even if you don't know the names for the 150 hidden grains, you can still avoid them by making simple foods yourself. And again, it took me a whole year to do this, and I fell flat on my face time after time after time. I found grains in my personal care products, in my household items, in my prescription medications, in my supplements. The same doctor who identified my grain allergy prescribed me medications that were loaded with hidden grains, like rice flour. And he said, it won't bother you too much. Excuse me? It won't bother me too much? That rice flour was an ingredient included in an anti-inflammatory supplement. And that anti-inflammatory supplement was meant to calm the inflammation in my body. But it didn't calm the inflammation. it actually jacked it up. So there I was taking an anti-inflammatory supplement, which was causing more inflammation than it was calming. No, 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 no. And that's why it's important that we know our grains, we know our grain-based ingredients, and if you'd like that list, please put list below. So I can get it down. Like I said, it took me 1 whole year to ditch the grains. And then it took me another 5 years to learn about hidden grains. I don't think it should take anybody that long, especially not when it's all ready to go for you. Because since I kind of spent the first decade of my grain-free journey bumping along and figuring out what I thought the doctor should have taught me, I've made it my mission to help foodies like us eat safely and not miss out. So what am I doing? I'm cutting a piece of parchment because I want to prep these brownies and send them to my friend when I pick up the puppy today. So I'm just going to cut this in half. Okay. All right. So I've got my cardboard container here. And I'm going to put the brownie that I ate and keep it separate. Anyway, so what do you feel like is your biggest stumbling block? What keeps you from getting the grains out of your life? Is it a particular food that you just can't live without? Is it that you don't know your hidden grains and you're just like, Nina, I know I'm missing something. What is it that keeps you from really ditching the grains the way that you would like to? And if you just learned about hidden grains today, you are light years ahead of me, because I learned about hidden grains one at a time. It was 5 years until I started compiling a list. And I'll be honest with you, they keep coming up with new ones. They do. Hidden grains. Like one day I was shopping and I bought some sweet potato chips. I was at TJ Maxx, bought my clothes. Oh, let me grab a bag of sweet potato chips on my way to the next errand. So I'm in the car, the clothes are put away, and I'm driving away, snacking on my potato chips. And my stomach gurgles. My stomach gurgles in a very unkind way, and I just start to feel it. And I'm like, oh God, why do I feel like this? And I just feel like instant tiredness, like I just needed a coffee, quick. And I'm like, but why do I feel like this? And my stomach is gurgling. I'm like, this isn't me being tired. And then I read the bag. Maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is a very common hidden grain. So if you learn only one thing from today's live training, look for maltodextrin on every label. Remember to read every label every time. Know your grains and your grain-based ingredients. And if you're like, I'm done struggling, Nina, I want that 3 months. Well, I want you to have that too. I don't want you to struggle the way that I did, where you're falling on your face constantly, picking yourself up going, I'll do better next time. So I want you to use my calendar link that Arlene has put there for you below so that we can meet together for a consult, and I will show you the grain-free VIP experience. So you can get that list of hidden grains and start getting on the fast track to avoiding grains and allergens. I don't think anyone should have to spend 10 years figuring it out. So reach out and let me help you. And if you're like, I don't know, okay, you don't have to know. Let's just talk brownies, because I like brownies. And like I said, these brownies, they have no hidden grains. Now for me, it took me an entire year to get grains out of my lifestyle. I thought they were out of my lifestyle. You know, the rice flour was out because I knew that came from rice. But maltodextrin, which I've mentioned a lot today, I didn't know what that was. And so for about 3 years, I used a bouillon. I was making all these soups and I was trying to be so healthy. And I was making soups. Look, I'm not gonna cough. I was making soups loaded with maltodextrin, which is a form of corn sugar. So check your cabinets for maltodextrin. Remember, there are 150 or more hidden grains lurking on labels They purposely disguise them so that they don't look anything like the grains that they are made from. Another common one that I about slapped myself in the face with when I found out about this, it made me so mad, is dextrose. Dextrose, yep. So we're talking about 3 hidden grains today. Rice flour, maltodextrin, dextrose. And if you're like, but what's dextrose? Okay. Dextrose is another form of corn. And where did I find it hiding? In my pectin. Those boxes of Sure Gel that say fruit pectin. Yeah. Read the label. Dextrose is the gelling agent, or if it's not the only gelling agent, dextrose is one of the top 2 ingredients, because sugar, when it's boiled, forms a syrup, and that syrup gets very thick. Natural pectin is very expensive. If you buy a natural pectin that is made from apple cores the old way, it will cost you some serious money, to the point where it's cost prohibitive and it's not on the market very often. For those of you who are jammers and want a grain-free way to put up preserves, I use Pomona's pectin. So you can either reach out to me, leave me a DM, or put pectin below, and I will reach out to you and I will get you that product. I still make my homemade jams grain-free. I know, right? So point being, you can do this because you are grain-free. You can do anything. If you're like, Nina, I can't, I want you to sing this with me. I am grain-free and I can do anything. I am grain-free and I can do anything, because you can. I had to teach myself to do this. You're not on your own. And if you need help, you're going to use my calendar link. We're going to meet together and we're going to get you from 0 to grain-free in 3 months, baby. You can do this. I believe in you, because the possibilities are endless when you break a recipe. I'll see you in the next episode.